All right, let's talk about value and shading. Today we're going to be using a 6B pencil. You can see on the pencil that it's written 6B. There's lots of different types of drawing pencils. A normal yellow pencil like you normally use in all your classes is an HB pencil, and it's a number 2 pencil. I'm sure you've heard of that before. But for drawing, there's a series of pencils and they're labeled with numbers and letters. Anytime you have a pencil with a B on it, it's going to have a little bit of a softer lead, and it's better for shading. The higher the number with the B on it, the softer the lead and the darker it is. So we're going to start using this pencil, and also this is called a blending stump or tortillon. I just call it a blending stump. Sometimes they're kind of dirty and you can clean them off if you really want to. I really like having a little bit of value or graphite on it because it helps with blending. This is really just a rolled up piece of paper. That's all it is. You can't sharpen it or anything like that. When it gets too dirty, you really just have to throw it away. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is a value scale. I'm going to be using my 6B pencil, and I want you to press as hard as you can and get your darkest value. Value is just how light or dark something is. We're going to be filling out this handout today and practicing some different ways to add value. But the first step is really just doing this value scale. From there, you're going to go a little bit lighter, so I'm pressing not as hard. I'm also going pretty fast, so you don't have to watch a video that's too long. And then a little lighter. You can also jump in and use your blending stump. And then I want you to keep going a little lighter and a little lighter until the last box where you don't really have to do anything. You can jump in at some point and also use your number 2 pencil or an H pencil if there's one around to get some of this really light value. That's the first step. The next step is I want you to practice these different techniques. This is blending, this is hatching, and this is cross hatching. And I want you to do that with your pencil. So look at the image next to it, go to the blank one, and I really want you to try to copy what you see. So I have my shadow here. I really like to just sketch out my shadow so I can kind of know where I'm gonna blend in there or where I'm gonna shade in there. Now I want you to do the whole shape. I'm just gonna do part of it because I want to move on. Blending stump is really good for this one and this one, for the sphere as well. Okay. I always like to kind of blend at the end in that shape of the object. So if it's circular, you can kind of do a sort of a horizontal circular blend. Okay, I would add more, but I'm going to jump to the next one. This is hatching. So before you do these two, I do want you to do the value scale with hatching, just like you did the value scale with blending. Hatching is lines going in one direction, so put them closer together for the darker. No zigzagging lines. They go one direction, then you pick up your pencil. And then with the cross hatching, you do the same thing, only you're going in both directions. Okay, so you'll do those value scales here. Look at the examples. And then you're gonna do the same thing with these shapes, filling in the empty spots. And then these shapes. Just ignore that bell. Doing the cross hatching. I always kind of sketch out where my shadow is. All right, you're gonna fill in all the areas and then you will move on from there when you are done. All right, get started.